Hi everyone. Today I'm going to discuss with you a little bit about my scouting collection and kind of how it evolved. I grew up again in Columbia, Maryland, and was a part of Troop 874 out of Ellicott City, Maryland. I started collecting back when I was a Cub Scout. I remember going to some of the first district events, and then specifically I remember doing some of my first trades at the West Point Camporee back in 1995, 1996, trading with other kids with some of the basic patches that I have. When it comes to collecting, you can start at any point in time and you can kind of work your way out. I would recommend not necessarily narrowing your collection until it starts to evolve, but you can hone in on certain areas to collect. As you see before you, some of these are the red and white community strips as well as the khaki and red. A lot of these strips go back to the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and I believe even in the early 70s. What I went ahead and did here was I broke down some of the community strips per location. And if you ask how I went about getting them, it was really a matter of trading for them. You can look on eBay, go to yard sales, go to your local thrift stores and Goodwills and Salvation Armies, and try to pick them up along the way, as well as trading during different events with friends and family looking out for you and other scouts and scouters. So if you look at the collage as a whole, what I did was I broke down the state of Maryland flag, and I broke it down into different counties, and then I've just been gradually collecting the different community strips off the uniforms and other places and put them into the respective county area. As I said, I grew up in Maryland, and I've been collecting Baltimore Area Council, Delmarva National Capital Area Council, as well as Mason-Dixon Area Council, and some of the councils going up into Pennsylvania. I was very active, or I got very active in the Order of the Arrow as a youth. I did the OA Trail Crew, which I can certainly talk more about, as well as trying to become a lodge officer. I was a lodge treasurer for Nanticoke Lodge for a couple years, and really had a chance to go out to NOAC, as well as some of the national jamborees. And those were all great opportunities to try to interact with other people from around the country, as well as do a lot of trading. So those are some of the ways in which I tried to work and build my collection. That being said, as the collection evolved, I did hone in on certain areas. I focused my attention on Baltimore Area Council, Nanticoke Lodge 12, Broad Creek Memorial Scout Reservation, which was my local scout camp that I've been collecting for years, and working within the area. For the Order of the Arrow, being in Nanticoke Lodge, you're also kind of linked to a section. Prior to it being called a section, they were doing conferences, and they broke it into kind of regional locations. And I started collecting some of the recent patches for the fellowships and for the conclaves and for the lodge flap issues, as well as some of the council shoulder patches, CSPs, as you can see right here, that would coincide with Baltimore Area Council and some of the local areas. And then once I started doing that, I started branching out and expanding my collection, going into Mason-Dixon Area Council, Gunakashik Lodge 317, as well as a number of other locations. I'd like to give quick shout outs to Senequippi Scout Camp. I remember going there as a youth, as well as Rodney Scout Camp and Delmarva Area Council, Goshen Scout Camps and National Capital Area Council, Tuckahoe Scout Camps and York Adams Area Council, as well as my home council and my home camp, which is Baltimore Area Council. I've since moved with my family down to North Carolina. I'm now in Occoneechee Area Council and part of Occoneechee Lodge and Camp Durant, which is the local camp that I support.